Well, I'm very happy to be here with you all. So nice to see quite a number of you here to celebrate and observe the occasion of the appearance of Lord Narasimhadev, whose very special incarnation of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So thank you all for coming, particularly those who are our guests. Thank you so much for coming. It's wonderful to be here with you. And we also have with us there's an important person here, is the temple president of our temple up in Chatsworth. His Grace Deva Prabhu is here. Haribol. Yes. Very important devotee doing extremely important service. So anyway, we are focusing on Lord Narasimhadev. So I will read a couple of verses perhaps about the appearance of Lord Narasimhadev and say a few words about the significance of Lord Narasimhadev, because he's an extremely important form of the Supreme Lord. So anyway, let us just say something about it. First of all, though, please repeat after me. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Yes, so devotees and friends, let me first of all just explain briefly, for those who may not be so familiar with Lord Narasimhadev, just who he is and his significance. Well, he is directly an incarnation of the Supreme Lord. One of our great acharyas, Srila Rupa Goswami, in one of his books called Laghu Bhagavatamrita, he explains there are three particularly important forms of the Supreme Lord. Of course, altogether, there's an unlimited number of forms of the Supreme Lord, literally unlimited, but amongst them three are particularly important. First, who is most important actually, is Lord Krishna. In the Bhagavatam, he's described there as, Krishnastu Bhagavan Swayam, that he is directly the very original form of God, from whom all other incarnations and other forms of the Supreme are coming. Then second is Lord Ram, Lord Sri Ramachandra. We celebrated his appearance day some weeks ago, or a month or two, something, not long ago. Very important day and very important person. And then third is Lord Narasimhadev. And Srila Rupa Goswami describes each one of them fairly elaborately. So Lord Narasimhadev then, what does he do? What is he about? Well, he is Narasimha. Nara means human being, and Singh means lion. Maybe some of you have as a family name Singh. It's not unusual, is it? Amongst Indian families. It means lion. And at least amongst people, it's a name of a family from what we call the Kshatriya traditions, the warrior traditions. Yes, so Narasimha, though, this is the Supreme Lord. He is half man and half lion. And what does he do? What is his real significance? Is that he is the protector. He is the protector particularly of the devotees. And there's one verse quoted or one comment made by another one of our great acharyas from many years ago, which translates that Lord Narasimhadev, just like a lioness is very protective of her little lion cubs, little baby lions. But he is extremely fierce towards those who are antagonistic towards his devotees. This is Lord Narasimhadev, the protector. And in the Bhagavatam, there are 10 chapters. It's really very substantial. 10 chapters describing Lord Narasimhadev, his appearance, his activities, and describing his great devotee, Prahlad. Maybe many of you saw the Narasimhadev movie. Did you see that? Maybe all of you. Did all of you see it? I saw it twice. What a movie. If you saw that, you'd understand what I'm talking about. But, you know, in Prabhupada's movement, this International Society for Krishna Consciousness, we first became acquainted with Lord Narasimhadev, actually right at the beginning, in, if I remember correctly, 1967 in New York in America. Our founder, Srila Prabhupada, became extremely ill. He had some sort of stroke. As it happened, it wasn't too serious, and he actually recovered completely from it. But still, I'm sure we probably know some people who have had strokes, and it's really a very serious thing. So Srila Prabhupada was hospitalized, and the devotees, because it was the very early days of this Krishna consciousness movement, and it was only at that point only active in New York. So anyway, the young devotees, they were all young, sort of 20s, something like that. Maybe the oldest one, most senior, was 30. And they hadn't had experience of any person close to them having such a serious medical situation. And so they didn't know what to do. Prabhupada was put in a hospital there in Manhattan, New York. And the devotees would come, of course, but they didn't know what actually to do. And then someone said to the devotee, or said to Prabhupada, one of the devotees, that, are there any special prayers which we can chant, we can repeat, which may help you recover from this medical situation? And that's where Srila Prabhupada gave the devotees the Narasimhadev mantras, which we sing after every arti, or the great majority of the artis, at least the artis on the main altar, like in Chatsworth. After any arti done on the main altar, like just a couple of hours ago for that matter, what was it, about 1 o'clock? Well, at 12:30 we had the arti, and at 1 o'clock we chanted those Narasimhadev prayers. Namaste Narasimhaya Pralada Lada Dayani Hiranyakashipu Vakshaha Silatam Khan Nakalaye Ito Narasimha Parato Narasimha Yato Yato Yami Tato Narasimha Bahir Narasimha Hridaye Narasimha Narasimhamadim Sharanam Prapadye. And then the famous verse from Jayadev Goswami, Tavakara Kamalavare, Nakama Bhuta Shringam, and so on like this. So Prabhupada gave those devotees those prayers and told them that, yes, please, you sing these prayers. And just, you know, when Prabhupada would get really sick, as he was at that time, and which, you know, I do remember, it would happen every now and then, wherever he was around the world. And then a message would go out, Prabhupada is ill, and we must have kirtan, 24-hour kirtan. So those devotees, they were chanting those prayers I just mentioned 24 hours a day to protect Prabhupada. So this is the thing, that this is the material world, and the material world is a difficult place. We all know that. Just when we thought everything was sort of okay enough, then there was COVID all of a sudden. We all remember that only too well. And after that was finished, then what happened? Russia attacked Ukraine. And it's another, what to do? And then after that, the Israelis attacked whoever, different people. And then after that, Mr. Trump, he attacked. Whoa, Krishna. It's wild, isn't it? Fortunately, it's one of the very good things about being in South Africa, is that we're well away from all those things. I mean, we may have to deal with crime and hijacking even sometimes maybe, and, you know, whatever you'd say about the political situation and the corruption. But at least we're not too close. At least we're a long way away from Iran and all those places. Yeah, so that's what Prabhupada did. He introduced those mantras, which otherwise we sing every day. We were singing, like I said, we had the arati from 12:30 to 1, and then at 1, we sung those Narasimhadev prayers today. Yes, and the thing is, as devotees, what to do when some challenge arises, some difficulty, or even if some attack occurs. Let's face it, these things do happen from time to time here in Durban. So what to do? Well, of course, we can always chant Hare Krishna. It's never not the right thing, or never not a good thing to do. It's always a good thing to do. But specifically, and this Prabhupada taught this by his own example, specifically when we're confronted with some challenge, some danger, in this case, Prabhupada had a medical condition. So if we get some sort of medical condition, then this is what we should do. So all of you, if you're here as a guest and not so much actively involved on a regular basis, this is at least one thing you can take home with you from this program. Try and take those mantras home with you if it's possible. And should we say if something happens or when something happens? I think it's more when. In this world, some medical thing or even some criminals may come. Gosh. So this is what we should do. This will really help us, protect us. If we chant these mantras to Lord Narasimhadev. In fact, there's one disciple, he's late now, one disciple of mine, I'm sure some of you knew, Namahatta Prabhu. And he was from Joburg, he was living there. He was living in Rand Park Ridge, if you know that area. And one day, what should happen? Oh, some thieves broke into the house in the middle of the night, and they had weapons. So, what a terrible situation. So what did Namahatta Prabhu do? He jumped up and started chanting those prayers, screaming those prayers. And these criminals, there's like 4 of them, a couple of them had guns and others had knives. It was just, what a disastrous situation. They became bewildered and they ran. Seriously, they ran and they didn't even take anything. So yeah, for the devotees, and you're all here, you're all devotees, some more than others. Of course, that's only to be expected. But if you'd like to really take something specific home with you, which you can apply for your benefit, take these mantras home with you. These mantras to Lord Narasimhadev, which after teaching, he'd already taught these young people the Hare Krishna Mahamantra. But after that, these were the next mantras that he taught, the mantras to Lord Narasimhadev. Yes, so what happened, at least if you saw the movie, I mean, if you didn't see the movie, I don't know what was wrong with you, but you should, if you get a chance, see that movie. We met the fellow who put the whole thing on, who made the movie and just did everything. Came and visited us in Mayapur in February. And he told me that next thing he's going to do, the next movie about one of the avatars, is going to be about Parashuram. That'll be interesting. That'll be interesting. Yes, right. So, from time to time, we all need protection. And actually, we all need protection all the time, ultimately. So we must chant these prayers to Lord Narasimhadev. And so try and learn them. And even if you're not apparently in any difficulty immediately, but maybe just once a day, twice a day, repeat those mantras. It doesn't take more, that's just a matter of a couple of minutes. So yes, what I'll do now, I'll read a couple of verses about Lord Narasimhadev, Narasimhadev, Deva, the Supreme Lord, in the form of Nara, human, and Singha, lion. And it's very dramatic. I hope none of you have sort of weak hearts. We don't want you to get too upset or disturbed because it's dramatic in the extreme. But this is just showing how the Supreme Lord protects his devotees, and he can protect you. Okay, let's see. Right. So I'll read two verses. This is Srimad Bhagavatam, 7th canto, chapter 8. Lord Narasimhadev kills Hiranyakashipu. And we'll start with verse 29. Vishvak spurantam grahanaturam hariya vyalo yata kum kulishakshata twacham dvaryuram apatya dadara lilaya nakaya yatahim garudo mahavisham. Translation: as a snake captures a mouse, or Garuda captures a very venomous snake, Lord Narasimhadev captured Hiranyakashipu, who could not be pierced even by the thunderbolt of King Indra, as Hiranyakashipu moved his limbs here, there, and all around, very much afflicted at being captured. Lord Narasimhadev placed the demon on his lap, supporting him with his thighs, and in the doorway of the assembly hall, the Lord very easily tore the demon to pieces with the nails of his hands. I'm sorry if it sounds a bit, extreme, but it's like this. The Supreme Lord, when he comes, Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, how he comes, paritranaya sadhunam, to protect the sadhus, means the pious people, the good people. And then the verse says, vinashaya cha duskritam. Duskritam means the bad people. Means the really bad people. So what does he do? He protects the sadhus, the pious, and with those duskritam, what he does is vinash. I know, I'm sure many of you understand Hindi, and you know this word nash means to destroy. And vinash means very much destroy. That's what it means. Vinash, it's like very, it's grammatically speaking. Vinashaya. He doesn't just destroy them, but he very much destroys them. These people are really nasty and like extremely abusive and just really horrible, vicious types of people. And unfortunately, around the world these days, there's enough of that type of person, more than enough. But the Supreme Lord, Vinash, he really destroys them. And in this way, he shows his concern for his devotees. Just like another example we can give is Lord Ramachandra. Like we mentioned, you all know we celebrated Ram Navami a little while ago. And I'm sure you all know the story, basically, of Lord Ram and how Mother Sita was kidnapped. And when she was kidnapped, Lord Ram became extremely angry. I mean, I'm sure if any one of you gentlemen here, married men, if someone kidnapped your wife, you'd be really, really disturbed and angry. But he was really angry, extremely angry. And so what did he do about it? He gathered an army, crossed over to Lanka. Of course, it's all a bit of a long story. And then he attacked Ravana, who was the one who had kidnapped Mother Sita. Yeah, and one thing, we should think about this a bit. What Lord Ram was doing when he attacked Ravana and attacked Lanka, he was not trying to increase like his empire, get some more land under his control, that sort of thing. Like, like the British came here and all your forefathers came here, right? By the invitation or whatever of the British. Anyway, Haribol. So, Lord Ram, he was not trying to increase his empire. He just wanted to rescue Sita. That's all. That's just all he wanted to do. And millions died, actually, in that battle. And ultimately, on Ravana's side, Ravana was the only one left living, the very only one. All the others, and it means millions, were all dead. But why? Just so Lord Ram could rescue Sita, that's all. That's all. Not so he could have a bigger kingdom or get more gold or wealth or whatever it may be. Just so he could rescue Sita. In this way, Lord Ram showed what he'll do for his devotee. Nothing is too difficult. Nothing is too big an effort to make for his devotee. And same with Lord Narasimhadev. He literally tore Hiranyakashipu to pieces, just as an expression of his extreme anger that you attacked my devotee. You're not going to get away with this at all. So yeah, this is the attitude of the Lord. If we are his devotees, if we become his devotees, he will do anything for us. And he'll protect us. Of course, sometimes he feels, for some of us, we may need to learn a lesson, just get a bit of an eye-opening experience of what life in this world is really like. So therefore, the devotee may be put in a difficult situation, temporarily sometimes, but otherwise, the Supreme Lord helps his devotees and protects his devotees. And this is Lord Narasimhadev. And like I said, it can never be wrong to chant Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. It's never wrong under any circumstances, bad, good, whatever the circumstances. But by Prabhupada's example and instruction, we see that when there is danger, then the best thing, the correct thing to do in trying to get protection from the Lord is approach Lord Narasimhadev. So bear that in mind, and particularly those of you who are not so familiar with all these things, like all the details, really try and take this to heart and take the mantras home and get into chanting them, and you'll see they'll have great effect. So there you go. Hare Krishna. Sri Narasimhadev Bhagavan Ki Jai. Okay, so what's our program?